thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world. Yep. Yep. What's up, people? It's your boy Humble Dad back with another edition of Humble Dad Podcast. And I just wanted to get on here and talk about what I saw uh, and what I witnessed last night. We typically talk about marriage and relationships, right? This coming up Monday, we'll be talking about how to vet, and I think that's the reason why I put that out there is because with this presidential candidacy, I don't think that people really are vetting these people. They're more so like, do I like their swag or not? Or do I see them as somebody that I want to bring home to my parents? Or they may look at it as it is a person that can. Does the person look like me? Right. That's what it really seems to boil down to. Or does the person um, does the person have my best interest at heart? Doesn't seem to be really the game plan in some people's mind frame. Well, but looking at the debate and now that I am kind of in uh, the arena because I teach social studies right now. One of the things I do teach, but I also teach business courses and marketing courses at a university. But I also am teaching social studies to some young people, right? A world culture, if you will. And one of the things that they even recognized, I would say about five or six of them, or maybe 10 of them, 5 to 10 of them, could literally see that the that as it relates to the debate, that it would seem to be one sided. Um, and from my perspective, I thought that before I talked to anybody, looking at it and trying to hear both parties' perspectives on what it is that they believed in and what plans that they had. Trump saying that he had a plan in motion, but didn't want to discuss what that plan was, and so that was taken as if to say that he doesn't have a plan. He talked about the animals being eaten. Uh, Although it may be true, he had to have to think that they're not on his side. He's on ABC, right? And so it didn't sound good when he said it, right? And it could be true, but there's nobody that's there on the panel that is going to help him make sure that that's true, because they quickly got to whoever the person was in that state and tried to debunk that statement. Um, he got really aggressive um, with his tone, and some people would say that was passion. Well, I understand passion because I'm passionate about certain things. But when you are conveying your thoughts to a mass audience, you have to be mindful of the audience that's going to be partaking in what they say, because he said some good things. Right. He said some good things. Kamala, she said she had some good comebacks, some witty things, such as she said, I'm not Biden, right? I'm not Biden. I'm me, basically. You battling me. So why you keep talking about Biden, right? Which is a decent point. However, she also had the opportunity to explain herself with her immigration laws and explain herself on the, um, the women's rights situation, which she's very dishonest about. Because if you know about uh, the bill that is what is it, Born Alive bill, you would know that her way of thinking is really really bad, according along with some of the other people that believe what she believes. So what went wrong in the debate was that it was not a fair contest, not at all. There was nothing fair about it. Why do I say that? because as I watched, I seen that they fact checked Trump. Makes sense. I'm with you 100%. I tell my students, I tell my kids, I tell anybody that's rocking with me or not rocking with me, go check what I'm saying and see if it's accurate or not. Don't just take my word for it. So I wholeheartedly agree that they should have done that. I also, on the other hand, believe that they should have done the exact same thing with Kamala. The first question out the gate was, "Do you believe that this economy is in a better position?" And she did not give a answer to that question, right? She gave an indirect answer to that question, which was that no, it's not in a better state. Because if it was in a better state, then why would she want to have different plans and different agendas than the one that she could absolutely employ right now? I thought that if Trump would have been able to um, calm down and speak in a way that was he still could have been direct. He could have still communicated with her and said, listen, can you really tell me what you have done for the 3.5 years? What rules, what laws, what strategies have you used to get us here, right? And why is it different than what it is that you're talking about now? And not move from that until she answers the question. So he's not good at debating. Well, he's good at name calling, uh, which will help some people, but not the people that are listening to hear what his policy is. Uh, and I think that he has some really good policies that he put in place. Especially at those that are business owners and those that have kids, and even those that believe in the freedom of speech and those that believe in the right to bear arms. If you believe in those things, then all he had to do was articulate that to the common person or even the person that's seasoned in the game as well. Um, and so that's what went wrong. I mean, and then the other part was with Kamala, she literally answered no questions, but made a lot of different claims on Trump. I try to give my take without listening to anybody. However, I did listen to one person that said that it seemed as if she used every hoax that has been stated. It talked about January 6th, which is whatever the case may be. Talked about people on both sides. That's been debunked. All you got to do is go listen to the entire segment. Talked about the Proud Boys. You can go listen to that as well. And talked about the Central Park Five boys and Central Park Five boys. What did Trump say? He said, "Listen, I said if they were the ones that did what it is they said they did, then they should be. That's what they should be given." Okay, but everybody made it seem as if he said exactly that. Now, and also, as he said, that was like 40 something years ago, right? So, what about now? Talk about the economy now. Trump could have came back and talked about the actual gas prices. Give me a number of what the price was when you were in office versus what it is now. What is the price of foods now versus then? Give me some information that would show that your economy was better. Just saying that they're doing an awful job, that's already obvious, but explain why it's an awful job. And once again, staying on the task at hand, which is to remain calm and present your information in the way that any and everybody would understand, and nobody could disengage from the fact that your tone was too much. Because that's the thing that people think, because your tone is a certain way, then what you're saying doesn't really have relevance. Which the person that is listening to you and trying to have a conversation, uh, depending on how they take you or how they see you, how they respect you, they may focus on the tone. But if they can see that you're passionate about what you're saying, then that's different. But that's not what it was. The moderators were very, very biased. and it's unfortunate that they would not just ask the question and then let them follow up, and then when somebody didn't answer a question, then come back to them and say, listen, you did not answer this question. Could you answer this question? And so that's what went wrong. Nobody was able to literally see anything there were pieces of substance. Like when he talked about the Taliban, I thought that was a good illustration of his leadership prowess. Whereas she's in office now, and she couldn't say, this is what I've done since I've been here. Think about that for a moment. She is currently in office, and she doesn't say, this is what we've done. She literally says, uh, she pretty much says that my thoughts have not changed. However, in the same sentence, she says that, example, fracking, she's not gonna. She said in the beginning she's going to do away with fracking. That was 2019, and even when she was in the town hall meeting, it's a playback. You can go see that and listen to it. And then she comes to this game plan, and she says that she's for fracking. Next thing, they asked Trump about the race thing, and he was like, "It don't matter to me," right? However, this is what it said. And the way that they asked the question is like, he said, why would this be a problem to you? He said, it's not a problem to me. And not only that, he should have made reference to, they asked me a question. All I did was answer the question that they asked me. Okay. And so, and then Kamala, who did not have an answer when she was in the first interview, all of a sudden now has an answer to come back and say that to transition to that him being racist. Like that's crazy, you know, to make that claim off of him answering a question that said, like, I didn't know she was black. It don't matter to me. I didn't know. I knew that she was Indian, and then all of a sudden she was black. So, but it don't matter to me. Like he said that. He said I could care less. It doesn't matter, but that's what it is. Uh, and but what should have happened on both sides is that they should have stuck to the issues. I like that Trump said the statement of, hey, listen, y'all can go down right now. You don't need anybody, because she said the Republicans were blocking her from getting things done. He said you don't need any Republican or any Democrat to sign any bill. You and Biden can literally go down tomorrow and sign a bill to close the border. She has never answered the question about the border. And for the people that rock with her, I don't understand how you can say that you don't like Trump because he's a dictator or something like that, or he's a racist. You say that, that's cool, no problem. But then how do you say, well, she's better when she's literally not doing her job? I don't understand it. Okay. We need to hold both parties to the fire. I don't think Trump is really good at articulating his thoughts, which is a problem for me, right? But I can see past that to see, okay, but what is he doing when he's in office? And then I can look past Kamala. What is she doing when she's in office? You have a lady by the name of Tulsi Gabbard. I was thinking about even voting for her when she was a Democrat, and I don't even rock with them like that. But the way that she came up with the things that she said made me think about it, right? As opposed to uh, rocking with the Democrats at all, right? So it's unfortunate that um, Trump is not as articulate with his words as other people or other politicians to be able to stay on point with what it is that's being said. He tried to answer the questions, like when she combated him on something, he answered those questions. When he combated her on something, she didn't answer a question at all straight on. It was very much full of fluff. And those that are out here that are just saying, if you don't have a legitimate reason of why you voted, like you are not doing a good job as a citizen. Because as it is in your constitutional right, it is to choose a side, right? Uh, but choose a side because you know that you're choosing a side that you rock with, not because of no skin color, not because of dude has you like his name calling. He seems to be very uh what's the word? Because he's wealthy or because of anything that is frivolous. It needs to be based on the policies. And I was thinking about not even I as far as voting is concerned, I'm like, man, should I not? But then the Bible I look at, and that's all that was going on was political issues in the Bible, government, finances, economy. That's what's going on in the Bible, and believers are having to live among these leaders. And in that time, it wasn't where you could vote on a leader. It was you had to be subservient to whoever was in office, so to speak, at that time. And so they didn't have any jurisdiction to even vote about it or vote on it, whereas now we do. And so I am saying to literally think about what your morals are and find out what their morals are. Not morals, sorry. If your morals line up with their policy, that's what I'm saying. And that's to any and everybody. But go check out the bill that says the Born Alive bill. Go read that. us.gov, congress.gov. You can also go check and see how many bills Trump brought to fruition, and you can also go check out Kamala and how many she brought to fruition, and see what those bills are. Right? Don't be out here just okay. Because I can vote, I'm gonna vote. Nah, do your research. When I say do your research, I mean look at more than one source. Look at different sources, obviously, but look at multiple sources. Those that are for Trump, those that are against Trump, those that are for Kamala, those that are against Kamala. Listen to what it is that they're both saying. Do they answer questions that are going to be productive for you to see as a reasonable for your liking? I just wanted to get on here and share my 2 cents about how I felt like things went really wrong on both sides, and we really are still at the same position. I'm interested to hear what those that in the middle of the road are thinking about the debate and what are they land, knowing that Trump has a record of what he did when he was in office, but his temperament is what it is and his vernacular is what it is. He still got things done versus, Kamala, who has she gotten anything done? That's what I've been asking people, and nobody's been able to answer that question for me. So I just don't understand how we decided to vote. But it's up to you at the end of the day. I'm rocking with Jesus all day, because at the end of the day, he controls it all, and he's the man with the plan, and that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all that tuned in. Make sure you comment on it and tell me what you think. All right. And we just gonna be out here. So until next time, we out here. Deuces.
The boy is dangerous.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.